Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I've recently treated myself to the Fragrance Discovery Collection from the Saltworks Perfumery and I had to share this with you. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe for more content. And also please note this is not in any way a paid partnership. I purchased this with my own money. Grab a cuppa and enjoy. So all of the fragrances that I'm going to review for you today, we'll sample them together, are going to be from their current collection. But we'll get on to the unboxing now. Discovery card, and on there it tells us about each of the fragrances. So what I will do to keep things simple is I will sample them in order, and we'll go through it, and we'll start with the first one, which is Brown Sugar. What's really lovely with these boxes is that inside the container actually comes with these really lovely perfume cards, and there are just enough to sample the 10 fragrances. So cute. You have your fragrances set out like this. I don't want to tip it up too high in case they fall out, but how cute is that? So adorable. The first fragrance we've got to sample is called Brown Sugar. Now, the notes within Brown Sugar are peach, coconut, amber, and it states, since 2013, it's our invitation to live the sweet life. Okay, it's very sweet. If you're not into sweet fragrances, this isn't going to be for you at all. But there's some real mystery to it. Definitely a hint of amber. I'm getting the coconut. But there's something sweeter in there as well that I can't quite put my finger on. We'll leave that a minute to settle, but I do really, really like that. Okay, so it's had a moment to settle. It has a really rich and creamy base. It's the sort of fragrance that's really going to last. I would say that's going to smell gorgeous in summer. And also maybe kind of like, I'm thinking kind of warm September days going into the autumn, just that kind of sweet, creamy, caramelly smell. You know, when we're starting to light the log fire in the evenings, and just those really rich fragrances that come with autumn. Yeah, I really like. So it states on Gypsy Rose that this is gentle cinnamon and bay with a hint of rose. The eclectic wood fragrance for everyone. I would say this leans towards more of a female scent. I'm not getting cinnamon at all, interestingly. I would say, if I was describing this fragrance, this is a classic rose floral, but it does have a touch of sweetness. In fact, it reminds me very much of the original Stella McCartney. Yeah, it's nice. It's very soft, but it's also very, very rose. If you're not into rose, it's not going to be for you at all. But I could imagine that, I mean, I sprayed it on my wrist this morning. It's very much there. It's completely different on the card, as you would expect. Obviously, fragrance, when it touches the skin, tends to warm up and the notes tend to develop more. It's lovely. There's something really warm about it, but it is very floral. A really lovely one. Now, this one really excites me. This is the Komimi or Komem. Let's give it a spray. Oh my goodness. That is divine. Oh, that's really lovely. So Komimi or Komem states that this is pear, praline and incense, or praline if you say praline, with rich spice and wood and a hint of the Orient. It definitely leans towards a more oriental fragrance. I'm going to say again, slightly more feminine, but equally would smell gorgeous on male skin. It's beautiful. This is definitely a nighttime fragrance. This is a summer evening, summer vibes. You're off to a big event or you're off for a good night out with your friends. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I really like that. That could be my favourite. This was the one that actually intrigued me the most. Let's give it a little squirt. Okay, slightly more floral than I expected it to be. So Lady Marmalade states, orange and caramel, fruit and earthy tones like a sultry summer night. The descriptions are just so lovely, aren't they? Yeah, that is going to smell really lovely on kind of warm skin. There's something about it that has like a really sort of fresh, but almost like a sun cream vibe to it. I'm wondering if maybe it has coconut in it. No, it doesn't say it has coconut, but it does. It's got like a warm creaminess to it, but at the same time, you really get the orange. It's lovely. It's not like anything I've ever smelt before. Yeah, I like that. That's really lovely. Lady Marmalade. So the next one is L'Orangerie. So this one says, orange zest and flower, float away feeling clean and sun-washed fresh. Oh, it's quite a distinct colour. Let's give that one. This I think is going to be quite strong just by the colour of the fragrance. Oh, wow. Oh, it is so zesty. Yeah, that is it's really, really zesty. Although I feel like it's not just orange, there's more zest in there. Could have some lemon in it too. I mean, it's lovely because it's lots of zesty fragrances. When I think of kind of zesty fragrances, really sort of like, I think of light blue vibes, Armani White, the kind of real classic, very lemony fragrances. This has more depth to that again. This is going to smell gorgeous. I've just got kind of beach vibes with this one, or like a nice warm spring day, like afternoon tea somewhere. Oh, it's beautiful. Again, I'm feeling like this is more of a feminine fragrance again. Definitely doesn't smell masculine to me. It's really, really lovely. Not overly floral, but it does have a nice base to it. Yeah, I really like that one. So next up we have Love Story. Also, we're on the bottom row now, so number 6 this is. So what does Love Story say? So Love Story says, white florals and rose, I do love rose, gushing florals with depth for the romantic at heart. Very intriguing. Let's have a smell. So a clear fragrance again with this one. Spray it on the card. Oh, that's lovely. All of these fragrances are just so nice. I think they would appeal to a lot of people. This reminds me of something. This has really got, I'm gonna say, is it a Chanel Allure, or is it maybe Coco Mademoiselle vibes actually, but slightly different, maybe with a slightly more rose. Oh, it's gorgeous. This could lean towards a daytime or an evening fragrance. It's definitely more feminine. It's not masculine at all. It's a very, when I smell this, I think of, you know, somebody really quite pretty, girly. It's a really kind of girly girl fragrance. I would love to smell it on masculine skin, just to see how it would change, because I know it smells different on the card and it smells different with the oils of your skin when it works with your own scent. Oh, it's gorgeous. That's going to appeal to, I think as an all-rounder, I think that would be the most appealing to anyone. Really lovely. Slight hint of rose, white floral, but not too floral. When I think of white floral fragrances, I think of things that are just too classic floral. It's got more of an oriental twist, I think. Really nice though, and also quite sweet. Okay, so next up we have Midnight Orchid. So Midnight Orchid says, orange flower, vanilla and jasmine, understated elegance at its best. Now, this will be interesting. I'm not a fan of jasmine. I've never been a fan of jasmine. There is not a fragrance I like that has jasmine in, so I will be really interested to smell this. Again, it has more of a kind of yellowy tone to it. Let's give it a spray, because I think, having looked at the website and some of the comments on Facebook, this is quite a popular one. Oh, yeah, it is. Wow. I can smell the jasmine, but it doesn't immediately hit you. It's more of kind of like an understated jasmine vibe, but it is coming through now. Jasmine for me, I don't know whether anybody else thinks the same, but there's something about jasmine that there's something about it that's a bit maybe warm and a bit sweaty. I don't know what it is. It doesn't smell warm and sweaty. It's a nice fragrance. It's absolutely not for me, but it is kind of changing. It's becoming fruitier actually as it develops. I'm not getting any vanilla at all. I'm definitely getting orange and jasmine. This could be more of a masculine scent actually. I'm not sure. I mean, I would say there's a sexiness to it. There's a depth to it that I wouldn't expect from a fragrance that has jasmine in. I could be persuaded. I don't know. I'll have to see how that develops. But again, it could smell completely different on the skin, so I'm going to have to try it out. We'll move on to the next. Next up, we have Oud Bazaar. Now, Oud Bazaar states, a captivating tapestry of oud, spice and dark rose take you to a mystical Eastern market. Okay, so this is going to be, when I think of Middle Eastern fragrances, they could be quite overpowering. I don't dislike them, but anything oudy tends to really linger. Let's have that, and it can be quite strong. Again, just looking at the bottle there, it's quite a dark liquid. Oh, wow. Oh, that smells like a drink. What does it smell of? It smells like a cocktail, but I can't put my finger on it. That is lovely. It's definitely spicy. I'm definitely getting rose. There's something powdery to that as well. There's a powdery depth to it. It reminds me of a cocktail, and I can't put my finger on it, or a drink. I'm also getting almost, is it frangipani? Is that what you call it? Or there's something in that that's really rich, but also really sweet. Almost like a vanilla-y, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, but it's beautiful. That's really lovely. The only thing with that one is it's quite overpowering. I would say that is definitely leaning towards a female scent again. Although it could be unisex, actually. It has so much dimension to it. When you look at the notes in a lot of these fragrances, it's quite easy to think that they won't smell very dimensional. They'll kind of smell of single notes, but they really don't. Oh, there's something about that is just captivating. That's really lovely. I'm going to try that on my skin, and I'm going to pop a comment down below as to how that develops, because that is beautiful. That's so different. Lovely. Next up, we have Rock Rose, which says, Cashmere Wooden Rose, our dry martini fragrance, woody, intense and radiant. I wonder whether this is going to be more masculine, actually. Let's give it a good spray. Oh, that's lovely. Do you know, I don't think I've ever purchased a Discovery set where I like so many of the fragrances. They are all so different. Again, you know, I don't think, if you don't particularly like rose, I don't think you're going to enjoy this. Oh, there's something so lovely about that. It's so clean. Again, it has a powderiness to it. These fragrances all smell like they're going to really last on the skin. Oh, it's lovely. Again, I'm thinking more of a spring, summer fragrance. That's delicious. That is so nice. There's something about this. So my husband bought me last year for my birthday the Tom Ford Rose Prick, and I've never smelt a fragrance like it. I smelt it and I was completely blown away. I absolutely adore it. This has something in it that reminds me of Rose Prick. It's not the same, but it's very Moorish. That's the word. I want to keep smelling it. Oh, it's beautiful, really nice. So then we're on to the last one, which is Tabac Soleil. So Tabac Soleil says, citrus hints float over velvety caramel and tobacco. Very sublime. Oh, let's have a little go at this one then. Tabac Soleil. I quite like tobacco. See, this, I would think from looking at the description, other than the citrus, I would think this is more of an autumny kind of winter fragrance. Let's give it a go. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so rich. That is gorgeous. That could be more I'm going to say this is definitely a unisex fragrance. That is really sexy. That's a real, it's creamy, it's moorish, it's intense, it's sweet, it's seducing, it has, I'm definitely getting vanilla. I'm getting that kind of smoky tobacco smell. It smells very similar to Replica by the fireplace, but it has a powderiness to it that Replica doesn't have. Replica, to me, is slightly more smoky than this, but this has a smokiness, but a smoky, sweet tone. Oh my goodness, that's delicious. Sorry, I keep saying the word delicious. I don't want to eat it. If you could smell these right now, you'd understand. Oh, it's so lovely. That is going to be one of their best sellers. I don't think I've smelt, whilst it's very similar to the Replica fragrance, I don't think I've ever smelt anything quite like this. It's just so unique. It's so dimensional. It has so many different notes. I'm not getting any citrus. And usually you would expect the citrus to kind of come first and then kind of the warmy, earthier tones or scents to develop on the skin later. I cannot wait to try that one. That is a definite winter, autumn. Oh, it's absolutely divine. Wow, I have to say, I'm absolutely blown away. So yeah, just to recap, Brown Sugar, Gypsy Rose, Co-Mimi or Co-Mem, Lady Marmalade, L'Orangerie, Love Story, Midnight Orchid, Oud Bazaar, Rock Rose and Tobac Soleil. If I'm going to choose an order of my favourites, wow, Tobac Soleil I think it is probably my favourite. The Co-Mimi or Co-Mem, that's absolutely stunning. The Rock Rose, that's also, honestly, I am blown away by how lovely they are. Love Story I think is the most appealing to anyone. If you're a real girly girl, I think that's lovely. And wow, and the Brown Sugar as well, if you like your sweet fragrances. That something in the Brown Sugar reminds me of, it's got like a Britney Spears fantasy kind of vibe. But wow, honestly, I'm going to, what I'll do is I'll try them out, I'll wear them all individually and I'll pop a comment in the comments section below, just as to how they change, and I will put my top 3, or I might even rank them all in order. But be really interesting. If anybody else has tried them, let me know how you get on. The one thing I didn't mention is that when you buy the Discovery set, you actually get a £25 voucher towards the full size. So I think you can either buy the 100ml perfume, which is just beautiful because the bottle is stunning, the branding is just lovely, or you can buy 3 of the travel sizes, which come in a 10ml bottle, I think, something like that. Once I've decided which one I'm going to purchase, because I'm spoiled for choice, I definitely will. Again, I'll pop it in the description box below and let you know. But thank you so much for watching. It's really lovely doing a product review on something that has honestly blown my mind. Absolutely beautiful fragrances. Yeah, so if you like the video and you'd like to see some more product reviews, then please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.